What's your outlet?
Outlet Liquor is the place to buy a case. Get unbeatable deals every day on thousands of name brand wine and spirits. Whether it's a bottle or a case, you'll save with everyday low outlet prices when you stock up. The more you buy, the more you save. Outlet Liquor, official partner of the Buffalo Sabres.
Outlet Liquor.
George Urban Boulevard near Dick Road in Depew.
What's your outlet?
Folks, hope you are having a very good, very happy, very fulfilling October 15th. It is just short of 3 p.m., but we're live, and we are live for the reason for the season, and that is the fact that the Bills have gone into their bag. They've gone into their Brandon Bean bag, and they have gotten Amari Cooper from the Cleveland Browns. Just an outstanding deal. It seems like for the Bills, you get Cooper at not much cost. You get a receiver who can be a number one, take, the top off of a defense, can go over the middle, can kind of do it all, can do everything the Bills have needed to do. If you haven't heard, Grandmaster of all pursuits. Chess. He likes to play chess. So this is a man who plays chess when the DBs are playing checkers. But we'll just skirt over it because obviously we could talk the win against the Jets last night, but that's old news by this point. The Bills won. They went 1-0. Okay, we get it. The big deal is that they got Amari Cooper now. Amari Cooper will be added to this Bills roster. So obviously he plugs in. Who plugs out? You got to look at MVS getting less reps, getting the fact that he was getting any at all and not producing. We got tens, hundreds of people on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Just chime in with your thoughts on Amari Cooper. With that said, we got, MVS potentially. I do see some people throwing around Hollins and Curtis Samuel still, but I just look at what a big part of the offense they've been. You can look back at the Texans game and be frustrated. You can look back at the Ravens game and be frustrated with Curtis Samuel as well. But my goodness, I think that, they have been a big part of the offensive game plan. And if you are going to make any move, you're going to do so with someone who isn't blending in, someone who isn't contributing. And that is obviously in the form of MVS. Now, obviously, we talk about who's coming out of the lineup, who is going to be the biggest benefactor. You look at it, and yeah, this is a great point by Eamon High. But shout out EH out there. You'll be able to take down MVS almost entirely, and you'll be able to lower MVS's snap count. So again, even if you're not completely in on the MVS train, you'll at least be able to lessen the effect that he has on the offense, the effect that he has on the day-to-day output. With that said, again, very exciting. And, the funniest thing about this is everyone, there's a lot of criticism of Bean and the way he's handled the wide receiver situation going into this year. But now that you get an Amari Cooper at this juncture, I think you played it out perfectly. You tested what you had in the preseason. It seemed like you're lacking that X factor, just that go-to receiver that can make it happen. Now, I think going into the season, that was hopefully going to be Khalil Shakir and Dalton Kincaid. As of now, Dalton Kincaid hasn't absolutely flourished. Shakir has been great when called upon, but you miss a game and a half. That's going to affect the mindset, especially this early in the year. Altogether, Amari Cooper benefits all those situations. He's going to be able to open up the middle of the field for Dalton Kincaid. He's going to be able to take attention off of Khalil Shakir. And at the very least, lining up out wide, he's going to be a distraction. He's going to be in the minds, in the game plans of the opposing team. This is something that the Bills just simply did not have previously. So it's an awesome opportunity to get, and we'll continue to look at other details as they come in, but let's look at some of the takes here. We got Amari Cooper, escaping him. This is, I guess Bill Stradamus, as what we call him in this biz. But again, we look at it, Amari Cooper and a 6th round pick for a 3rd and a 7th. So essentially Amari Cooper for a 3rd round pick. Yeah, and this was a big point from Hell Camp a month ago. It was 2 hours ago, and this is what makes it such a no-brainer for the Buffalo Bills to go after Amari Cooper in this situation. Cost him nothing. Get him in-house. Get him bonding with Joshua Patrick Allen. Get him in a feel for this offense and everything that goes on within the Buffalo Bills organization. Show him that this is an improvement over Dallas. Show him that this is an improvement over Cleveland. That's a little bit easier. But at the end of the day, you show him that Amari Cooper, that this is the place he wants to be, and all of a sudden, you're telling me the Super Bowl window with Josh Allen and Amari Cooper signed long-term? Are you serious? And this is just the Bills. This is just the Bills, just like last night. Last night, the Jets tried to show, yeah, we're an upbeat bunch or whatever. The Bills put them down. Bills did a little bit better. And this is Brandon Beane on that Tuesday showing you Jets that anything the Jets can do, Brandon Beane can do better. So that's amazing. I mean, I'm electric. This felt a lot like the Stephon Diggs deal to me in the sense that Amari, when the Diggs deal got done, it was like about, it had been talked about for months to even close to a year at that point. And Amari Cooper was similar. I mean, everyone knew that, he's pretty much not going to be serving any purpose in Cleveland this season. Ultimately, makes sense to kind of move on from him, get some value. The Browns will get a third-round pick, and the Bills will get potentially a number one receiver going into his contract year and going into the opportunity to lock him up as a member of the Buffalo Bills franchise. So we talk about the benefactors, Shakir and Kincaid, obviously. Let's talk about the ceiling now for the offense, because the offense has been struggling, and then I think struggling overall. And then by connection, you talk about the ceiling for this Buffalo Bills team this year. So we look at the odds. They went from plus 500 to win the AFC to plus 400. So that was a 20% decrease in odds right there. You look at their odds to win the Super Bowl. It went from plus 1050 to plus 900. So just under a 20% lowering of odds. But clearly Vegas respected this move. Vegas had a lot of respect for this move and the impact that it has on the Bills. Speaking of impact on the Bills, how involved will Amari Cooper be this Sunday? How much in the mix will he be? It seems like they were talking about this last week. These deals tend to happen on Tuesdays with the effort to get the player involved, to get the player in the mix by that game. With that said, ultimately, if Amari Cooper has 20 to 30 snaps on Sunday, I think that's a win. I don't even know if he'll get that many, but let's get him in the house. Let's get him more, ready to go. And let's get him bonding with Josh Allen and trying to get that mojo, that rapport, that chemistry going between the two. Because ultimately, it seems like however far Josh and Cooper can take us is going to be however far they go. I mean, this Bills team is going to make the playoffs likely. They were minus 500 to win the division coming into today. But this is the move that puts them into the deep playoffs. This is the move that puts them into the Super Bowl potentially. And then once you get to the Super Bowl, I mean, no offense, but if they were riding in the Super Bowl with Samuel, Hollins, and MVS, I think that would have been trouble, even with how wacky and how unstoppable Keon Coleman can be. But you bring in Amari Cooper to the equation, all of a sudden, a little bit more attention, a little bit more distraction, a little bit more something for the other coordinator to think about. So we're pumped up. Again, this is going to be probably one of the shortest episodes of Trainwreck tonight of all time because it's an emergency episode. Episode 360 brought to you by Outlet Liquor. Amari Cooper is a Buffalo Bill. Amari Cooper is a Buffalo Bill. So super excited. Let's let it set in. Let's go enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Enjoy Victory Tuesday. Most importantly, let's go Bills. Have a good night now.